April 2023.
Sorry, I don't know why I felt that was a good way to start the video. Anyway, that was the era when the term "code killer" was coined. That was when Ubisoft decided to choose violence. If you haven't caught on by now, I'm talking about when the closed beta test for XDefiant was launched. Unfortunately, I didn't get to experience it then. In fact, at that point, I'd already lost interest in online first-person shooters. Okay, so a little backstory. I have loved first-person shooter games since GoldenEye on N64. That whole experience of hunting down your fellow players with a golden gun was fun. Even when I first played Unreal Championship on Xbox, although it wasn't online, the experience was also fun. As a matter of fact, lots of fun. Apart from fighting games like Mortal Kombat, FPS games did it for me. That's why I fell head over heels for Call of Duty. I mean, just give me a gun and a mission and I'm good. And that was just the campaign side of it. The multiplayer was also fun until I started dying anyhow in death matches. Over time, it now felt as if my opponents were superhuman, like say they do jazz. Then I stopped getting kills as I used to. And then came the sweats. You know those ones who go to talk say, skill issue or get good. I beg you. Now, don't get me wrong, I totally understand that it's all in the spirit of competition. And I did get better, but the more I worked hard to improve, the less enjoyable it became. All of a sudden, all the fun had been sucked out of COD, and it was more of a chore, like work. Ugh, and I hated it. It was then I now decided, this thing is no longer for me. Man, it has evolved to a point where I can't keep up, so make I just leave and rest. So even when the preseason for XDefiant launched, I wasn't too hyped. In fact, I was not even hyped at all. But my gamer guys kept telling me, just try it, just try it. And I eventually did. And boy, oh boy. Immediately, I felt like I was thrown back into those days when I used to love first-person shooters. There is something about XDefiant that I love. Sure, it's also fast-paced, but I was comfortable with it. And the more I played, the more I died, the more I wanted to play. After hours and hours of endless fun, my curiosity made me restless. I needed to find out why I enjoyed this game so much. What about this game made me come out of retirement? So I started my research. Upon carrying out this research of mine, I found out some pretty interesting things about this game that made me subconsciously like it. I think the very first thing I discovered was the fact that there was no skill-based matchmaking. Okay, for those who don't know, skill-based matchmaking, or SBMM, is a system in multiplayer games that pairs players with others of similar skill levels to ensure balanced and competitive matches. Now, to be honest, I didn't know what this term really meant, but I understood and felt its effects. Unfortunately, there has been massive criticism and controversy on SBMM for making games too challenging or less fun for casual play, as it can lead to consistently tough matches rather than a mix of easier and harder games. And I agree. At this point, I'm hearing those ones in the back yelling, hey, it's because you're not skilled enough. Okay. Anyway, I also realized that XDefiant wasn't really doing too much. For example, there was no emphasis on getting rewards through kill streaks. And they're not forcing weird characters or celebrities down my throat. But, I'm not going to lie. The new skins in Call of Duty are mad! Woo! I also realized that the respawn times are the fastest I've ever seen. But I think the feature that attracts me the most is that XDefiant was set up to feel more team-oriented and not having to grind out individually for personal achievements. You see, for me, gaming is all about having fun. Now, I know that term is subjective, but I don't want to be having anxiety anytime I grab my controller. And that's what I feel when I play Call of Duty. I'm sorry, no offense, but Call of Duty has become too try-hard and more complex. Of course, I mean, these are just my opinions though, and you're free to come for me in the comment section. In fact, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section. Anywho, I make videos like this, so if this is what you're into, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers!